So I finally finished my dream project car. And then I went online and looked at more car parts. So will my car ever really be done? We'll find out. Hi, I'm Aaron Forrester, and this is Aaron's Eccentric Garage. For the past 3 years, I've actually been restoring and bringing back to life this 1993 Mazda RX-7. When I picked it up in Las Vegas 3 years ago, it was a little rough and needed a lot of love. But in these past 3 years, I've gotten it to exactly where I want it to be. Or do I? That's the problem with dream cars, is that you're never really ever done. You're always 99% complete. Over the past 3 years, I've modified the wheels, tires, suspension, interior, exterior, engine. Just about everything on this car has been touched. So how do you take one of the most iconic JDM 90s sports cars that's already been modified and make it better? Well, comes back to my first mistake of going back online and looking for more car parts. In my searches for new car parts, I actually decided to go back to the company that makes my coilover suspension, and that would be Tein. This is a Japanese suspension manufacturer who's been around for many, many years and makes a suspension setup called Flex Z. This is the current setup I have on my RX-7. Not only does this coilover system allow you to adjust your ride height, but it also allows you to keep the distance of your spring travel so you can continue to have excellent ride quality, a lower vehicle, and also they give you the ability to adjust your dampening on top of the coilovers to up to 32 different points of dampening front and rear. So you have a total customizing on this car for your suspension to really dial it in to the settings that you want, whether it be soft, firm, or something in between. So how do you take this already solid suspension setup and make it better? Well, Tein already did that work for us, and they came up with the EDFC. This is the Electronic Dampening Force Controlling System. Now, Tein does not sponsor this. This is all on my personal review. But the cool part about the EDFC system is it has been around for a while. How the system works is very simple. On the top of every single damper, you have an adjustable controller. But with the EDFC system, you actually can use a stepper motor that actually goes onto the actual dampener as well. What this does is this motor and a controller inside of the car allows you to change your dampening plus or minus to your desired setting while still in the car, driving or parked, it doesn't matter. Now, the idea of having adjustable suspension on the fly is a great thing and brings the car into the modern era just right there. But Tein goes a step further and actually uses another system, part of their Active Pro line. This takes the regular EDFC system a step further and actually uses GPS and inertia sensors in this little device. So this device here monitors your G-forces, whether you're going side to side, forward, back. And what this does is if you turn on the active system, this will actively change your dampening to be stiffer or firmer to be the most optimized setting while you're driving. So this is an active system if you want it to be. You can have your own dedicated settings, or you can use the G-force sensor, or if you want it to be even more accurate, Tein also sells an optional GPS unit that you can actually plug in to this system. So it can also monitor your acceleration and deceleration. So that way, whether you're going left, right, forward, back, it doesn't matter. The whole system's monitoring every aspect, pitch, yaw, roll of your car, and adjusting your dampening force on the fly to the maximum potential that your suspension can be. Because of this truly brings the Mazda RX-7 up into the modern world with the latest tech that a lot of supercars and sports cars already have with their active suspension. Push a button, just like in a Porsche vehicle and the Sports Chrono Plus, and you have fully active suspension in that as well. Same with Mercedes and Audi, all these high-end sports cars that have these active suspension features already. So the EDFC Active Pro system will do this for my FD. So I'm really excited with all these features and benefits that Tein is claiming to make, but there's one thing that we have to do first, and that's to go for a drive. I'm out here at one of my top secret, super favorite places to drive in Arizona to give the suspension a baseline test of what it's like to drive. This road is all sorts of curvy, fast, hairpins, and a lot of fun. And also, because it's a super secret detail, I'm not going to tell you. For those who know, well, come out here and enjoy it when you can. This road is great. So what are my thoughts overall as a baseline test on the Flex Z coilovers from Tein? As I mentioned earlier, this is a brilliant setup for anyone who wants to do some spirited driving in the canyons, on the street, and occasionally maybe on the track even, if you were to dial it into the most firm setting. So it's hard to imagine that this setup on the Tein Flex Z coilovers can be any better, because what I have just been able to experience today has been nothing short of amazing. For the past 3 years, there's been a lot of things I've done to the RX-7 to improve its overall handling. In addition to the Tein Flex Z coilovers, the Michelin Pilot Super Sport tires, the AirTech Spirito wheels, also replaced all the bushings and also have installed Racing Beat sway bars front and rear. These sway bars are a bit stiffer, but because these are a match set, it improves the overall handling of the FD and makes sure that you don't have your rear end kicking out when you don't want to, or you have understeer when you don't want it in the corners in a very dangerous canyon. So what I'm really curious to know is, with everything that I have going on and such a wonderful driving experience, how does the EDFC Active Pros system really add any extra benefit to the Tein Flex Z coilover system and also to the rest of the driving experience of the car? Well, only one way to find out, and that's to go install it. So let's head back to the garage.